Brahmanandam Paramasukhatam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitham Gaganasadrisham Tattvamasya Dakshinam Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Savadi Sakshibhutam Bhavathitham Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami Chaitanyam Shashvatam Shantam Vyomatitam Niranjanam Nadabindu Kalatitam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Jnanamulam Gururmurtim Pujamulam Gururpadam Jnanamulam Gururmurtim Pujamulam Gururpadam Mantramulam Gururvakyam Mokshamulam Gurur Kripa Ajnana Timirantasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Ganeshaya Namaha Saraswati Namaha Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Parabrahmane Namaha Hari Om. Making circulation is there. Circulation makes. More than my deliberations, I would like to hear a few things. What is the meaning of Guru? At last, in the, finally we will sum it up. But to start with, anyone who can answer, what do you consider as Guru, or who is a Guru? If it is a person, otherwise, what is Guru? It's not philosophy, it's just, even our teacher can be Guru, an ant can be a Guru, anything. But what is that principle of Guru? Further.
Guru, based on what I've seen all throughout my life till now, rather than what I've read, is someone who guides you throughout your life without actually myself noticing it. All these years, I don't know how I've changed, when I've changed. I can't exactly tell you, but I've changed so much. So that's what a Guru does. That's basically my own.
The Guru brings a transformation. It's towards
betterment.
betterment.
I can actually, sometimes I can imagine myself if small changes that a guru didn't bring in my life, Guruji didn't bring in my life, then I can kind of imagine myself how it would have been. Very minute changes can result in a much better part of me. So that's what basically seeing all these years understood what Guru does and what a Guru is.
Beautiful. Additions, subtractions. And
Third, when we separate from God and we feel ourselves as separate jivas, let's say that's when birth happens. So Mata, Pita, Guru, Devam. So we start from knowing the mother, knowing the father. Then there is a gap before we know God or we know that we are the same as God or we are a part of God. So it's that bridge in whatever form, in various forms.
why anyone should go to God?
There is no going. It's anyway there. It's only understanding that there is no separation. So that ajnana has to be removed.
Good. Any additions? From the voice of interest. Last.
Someone whom we
And
someone whom we look up for guidance and for to evolve and whom we revere. That is what has been a guru for me.
good.
I think Guru is like a kalpaviksha who gives everything. But still, if you ask me, at the moment, I can't comprehend who is Guru until unless you yourself are in that.
When the Guru is externalized, he guides you through the walk. When actually is internalized, Atma Guru. Atma Guru is the person who throws the light through which you see, hear, understand, and through even without even understanding, there are some transformations which are taking place, as Alvin says. So those transformations, without we recognize subsequently when we apply the mind and say that it is not we who is transforming or who is transformed, the action through which the transform is happening, it is very effortless. That effortlessness is basically the Guru who gives. But apart from that, every activity, every thought, everything, whatever is happening, that light basically, that is good, or he is good.
If we are different when the mishaps happen, suppose there is no mishaps in life actually, everything is natural that way, or karmic. Where does Guru is forgotten? Guru means anything about divinity. Is it, or how we have to face it? Or is there anything called facing or undergoing or just what's it?
When we are totally involved in a certain activity, there also again it is forgotten, right, and the ego comes up basically. And where the identity is through ego, the activity is absorbed and say that I have done that bad or good or whatever it is. But subsequently, when probably in deep meditation or even at certain point of time we realize that it is also not our making. It has to happen and it is happening and it is only through Guru's grace, whether it is good or bad. But it is for evolution. That is the ultimate solace which is.
So at that moment, how do we, when suddenly something happens, what?
Anyway, it is out of control.
Guru is the embodiment of love and friendship and forgiveness.
Oh.
I remember you saying once, Guru literally meant person who leads you to light. If you literally break up the words who and true. But for me, a guru actually symbolizes creation for me. Because if I look at it, even I am a guru to myself in some ways. Because when I'm performing all my activities or when I see the happenings in creation, I don't recognize the guru as a person or somebody. It's just something that shows me in that particular instance what needs to be done, what needs to be learned. So even if suppose for example I'm playing something or interacting with my friends or anything. So even in that case I don't see any guru as a person or an embodiment or something. It's just something that's represented itself as creation itself. And that creation is teaching me how to evolve. So even when I respond to something, like if I'm put in some trouble or anything, then I become my own guru because how I react teaches me something. That's my feeling of guru.
Guruji, what I feel is, as told in the Arati song, if we understand it properly, it's extraordinary. Jagrat Swapna Shrividhya. Actually, we feel that he is the Jagrat Swapna Shrividhya. We need in the form as we feel for Yanamulam Puromuti Potamulam Mantramulam Mokshamulam. Guru is someone who is inside me, teaches me all the time, be with me all the time. Where I go, Guru will be there with me. And not a person exactly, but he lights up the path where I have to go and removes all the darkness.
Torch.
குரு மரணத்திற்கு ஒப்பான துக்கத்திலிருந்து காப்பாற்றுவார்.
எதுக்கு ஒப்பான?
மரணத்துக்கு சமமான துக்கத்திலிருந்து.
Okay. He saves you from sorrow like death. Very mystical. We die because of dukkha. ಅದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ பேசணும் இருந்துச்சா ಅಲ್ಲಿ
I just want to give you some, basically, make it lighter and
to see how the practical aspect of life is being taught rather than the highest level. I know all of us are, because of your thing, we have got a lot of higher things. But how do you really take it in a day-to-day life? That is most important, no?
Okay, when the mosquito bites, that is good. Very practical.
So, I think you told, are you stable at all moment, at all time, at all occasions? I think that is the most important thing. And that is what is being, whether you are tested or you are being conscious. You have told a very beautiful thing, everything is all right, all time, at all occasions. I think this all fine, that when it comes to practical situations, are you really acting according to it or not?
Friends, I have no words to talk about the subject of Guru. So really we can't analyze and talk about anything in this world also, because creation is so vast and different. But when the question is asked, who is a guru? If the first man, whoever started this teaching or just seeing and making people aware of themselves, when the first man, whoever was that, he was starting with just a silent, which was interpreted as a permanent sound. That's why we call a person or a personalized form of Shiva called dakshinamurthi the Adiguru. In Hinduism, Shivana Akaravagirtakanta. The very first shloka starts with mouna vyAkya. The shloka of Dakshinamurti tries to tell mouna vyAkya prakatitham means the silence explains and prakatitham it becomes seen and announcing prakatitham. ವ್ಯಾಖ್ಯಾನವಾಗಲು ಪ್ರಕಟಿತಗೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತದೆ ವ್ಯಾಖ್ಯಾನವಾಗಿ ಅದು ವಿಜೃಂಭಣೆಯಾಗಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಕಟಿತ ಆಗುತ್ತದೆ. Maybe they were like that, those four who are sitting around him seeking the knowledge of self. But when right from Adi Shankara we are seeing when something has to be told to the world, they have institutionalized and started spreading the knowledge. The life history of Shankara says that he established pitas, institutions for spreading the knowledge of non-duality, monism. Similarly Ramanuja, similarly Madhva, till today's institutions of so many gurus, this institutionalization has started for spreading the theosophy. The person who teaches was called as guru. In that manner, if you suffer from something, Vaidya becomes your guru. Like that, in any profession, anyone is there. Suppose he put the word mentor. Mentor means one who mends and makes the life all right. All these are principles of Guru followed through persons or expressed through persons. Mending the life, if you take the responsibility, then he is called as a mentor. A person who teaches is a teacher. A mathematics teacher, adhyapak, history, so many subjects are there, including nowadays yoga, spirituality, different courses. The problem is the teachers should become guru only when they reach the silence. A mastery over life, a self-control makes them masters, not guru. Well, the teacher is a different sect, the set of teaching anything, any subject, including yoga, including meditation. And the person who has practiced self-discipline and has attained the mastery over his own senses, such persons are called masters. They can teach well, or they can simply show their mastery over their own things. You can see Buddhist lamas showing mastery over their own limbs, and martial arts people, and our own masters like Hatha Yoga masters who can just even sleep without touching the ground, negating the gravitational pull of the earth. These are all masters. Better learn from these people so that we can, because they are proving that they are masters, we can also learn something, and in our own way we can become that. But the guru is a different term, and It should not be confused with masters and teachers, but everyone can be called as guru. Just like a person who seeks the truth, or he becomes a sadhaka. So just like a person who seeks the wisdom, he becomes a jnani. Whether he has attained or not, it's on the way. Someone who practices yoga, he has started practicing yoga, he can be called as yogi. Something like that. All these teachers, masters can be called as gurus. But guru is a very powerful term. A music guru, a dance guru, for drama guru, for cinema guru, for corporate. One role model is a guru. For sports people, one person becomes a guru. He's my guru, he's my idol, people say. So I always classify between vidya and parAvidhya. The education should be there, just we have to master this world and we have to work in this world and we need education. So vidya, whoever gives, is guru. Unless we pay respect, we can't practice even music if the guru is not respected. So the story of Karna, story of many more people say that tries to show that the respect should be given. Otherwise, at a particular point of time, your education gets forgotten. Whatever you have learned, the moment of application, at the moment of application, we forget what to do because we have not paid respects. So even the Vidya Gurus, even it's not there. The Guru represented through the people who knew us, educate us. So this world is such that we take things and we improve on that, or we try to practice it, and we just don't show respect or pay disrespect or do something wrong, which is negating respect to the Guru. But everything is because of craze for power and money. Recently, a yoga teacher was telling when I tour states and other Europe, I take care that those who are every street has a yoga school, and those people don't misuse my yoga because they come learn and take a bit from here, take a bit from there, and they present it as their own. Because we don't have copyright or patent, it's being practiced, and that's how they are doing. So this, I don't see anything wrong, but this copyright patent business, commerce, when it comes, even the teacher of yoga tries to see it as a non-sharing enterprise. The institute is not ready to share with all the people. ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡೋದು ಯಾವಾಗದಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ but this also, why this thought comes, because even that sharing, they are not ready. They means not they, we, the teacher is not, Yogacharya is not. The famous cinema actresses learn yoga and they release CDs and that spreads. And who is the yoga teacher? They ask for that. This is the curse of commerce, money making. Let them do it, but they should keep the photos of from whom they have learned, so that even if we don't know who is that, it's as good as paying respect to the Guru. They promote their own things. Instead of that, at least if they keep the photos around, then at least it's a sort of showing respect to the Guru. So I was talking about two things. One is vidya, another is parAvidhya. parAvidhya. The education which tries to make us busy in this world and do things and spend our lifetime in work, that is vidya. Then comes shrividhya, which is the power. If you want to know what power, how this world runs, and what is that base through which this world runs, touch anything, it is so beautifully packed by par, which never gives you short circuit unless you mishandle it. So the question is, this world, is it real or not? This world is where we attract, so it can't be unreal that way. But this is bound by time and space, so it can't be real that way. So I am bound to my grandfather as long as time and space allow me to interact with him. That's all. So my grandfather is real as long as I can interact with him. So when my grandfather bids adieu and says that bye bye, and when the time consumes his swasha, then what happens? The relation is lost. So the real person who was interacting with me, his body is there, and I am trying to say, see and weep and try to bring him back to life. But what happens is once lost, ever lost. So if this world is real, it should be real. If it's unreal, it should be unreal. So this is why we don't call it maya. That which is not is very good, but we call it mithya. It's just an illusion. So as long as a car is available, use it. But don't get illusion about accumulating cars which you can't use. So mithya jagat adhisthana. The adhisthana for jagat is mithya. And how it functions? Kameshvara prananadi. This is shrividhya. Such power, which just out of a desire, a sankalpa, the world functions. Become Ishvara, Kameshvara, or become Kamakshi, just look, witness. Then the intuition will work in you. So this is the secret of knowing of power, which is the base of power of consciousness. A small hole on your head receives all the information. It's a mysticism, it's pure mysticism. I am deaf, but still information will come, no problem. The people who are blind, they walk better than us. At least we look like monkeys and we don't walk properly. But these people, they are aware of their every step. So we can't complain about natural hiccups like blindness, deafness and all. And it is, the information is available, they get it. What is mithya? Illusion. If it is illusion, is it real or unreal once again? Then you have to go beyond this. That's called brahmavidhya. So a teacher, a personalized form of vidya, becomes a master, the shrividhya, the power of the teaching. He himself is an example. Then comes the guru, who is, if at all we can imagine, a form of brahmavidhya. It's just an imagination, he is much beyond. Masters, ನೀವು ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, teachers you can say adhyapaka. So each one of us have only these three transformations. One's receive education, one is receiving education for acting in this world, thinking, acting, and replying to the questions and working in a very perfect way. Then, after all this is over, it takes for a mouna, for a fool, it takes many births and deaths, even to understand that this education is just for handling things. I don't say it's not important, it's very important, but only at a level. What my hand can do, how much I will have to think about it, isn't it? I have to do, that's all. So that much of education is necessary And then that question should start from where, why, what for this education is necessary. So something more I have to sing. So this is where I try to tell people, even if a teacher tries to teach you yoga, meditation and all, don't, you are taking it as just a field of education. That may not be enough, because the question will come when it doesn't try to, because we are not employing properly, or it's the mistake of receiving education, or it may be something else which bars us from expressing in a certain way. At that moment, we should not be perplexed. We should not be confused and say that this education was a waste. I undergone 17 years of meditation, yoga. What it did to me. We should not blame the person who taught us. At least the yoga and meditation is focused a point, there is a point of inner energy, this they try to tell you, and there is an inner reality they try to tell you. That much it has helped you. So right from the literature, the music, the dance or drama, all these were expressions of self those days. Even though different dancers claim that their dance is original, Bharat started. Bharatanatyam is the origin. Tries to teach you from hair to the toe, hair on your head to toe, how to be aware. First, the eyes are the medium of expression. Then comes the whole Ashtanga, where the control of head is looked after by movement of the feet of the dancer. The whole body's weight, how it should be managed. Every movement is they try to explain, and it's a mastery over body through dance. The Lord's dance is this drama play. Then comes music. It's more with the mind. It starts with control of sounds in different tones. Then it takes on the mind. Then the person who practices music gets very emotive. That's not wrong, because whatever is hidden should be dusted, so that all comes out. But it should not be going more. They should not create more such dust in the mind. So once whatever is remaining should be thrown out. So the emotions come out as bhav. You can call it catharsis or something like that in the modern language of science or psychology. Then they start questioning the base of sound. As I put it, Kameshwara, that is the rAga. That exactly fits in the name rAga. Rāga means desire. Rāga means calm. Then how this rAga is expressing to the times thAla. So whenever we go against the thAla of time, we becomes Rāga Dvesha becomes more. So the rAga should be properly controlled. It's not that time is greater or rAga is greater. This is the fight of man and his ego. Ego always fights with time. Shows that I am beyond time. I can master the time. And time says that you have to listen to me. I am putting the thAla, you have to act as per me. And we always fight between these two. This is where you will find a prakatitham playing better, not aligning with this fellow. And here time plays differently. Whereas it's all clash of egos. But better align rAga and thAla. Hear the time and express. I am not talking about a Mazinist or tabbalist or something like that. They are all different. They have their own things to do and think. I am talking about the thAla which they learned while practicing swaras and singing of kirtanas. That is thAla, I was saying. The time should cooperate, otherwise the raga mixes up. Then comes the bhava inside. Suppose a man is very emotive and he feels like weeping, the raga comes out like that. He is confused, another type of raga comes out. But God listens to both equally because raga is raga, bhava is bhava. He doesn't mix us up and says this is wrong, this is right. Whereas man should understand from his level, bhava, raga, thAla. I am not talking about a musician or a dancer. Like a dancer, we should be aware from head to toe. Like a musician, we should align our mind with time and our ego. If these two are achieved, then you enter into silence by yourself. Silence is something, they call it boredom. You can't physically keep mum and start reacting or acting in this world. That is not mouna. There are so many mouna Swamijis who write in bit of paper and Swamiji, my daughter is not getting married. September 7th. They will not put the year. Before September 7th, they will get married. If they get married on September 8th, before next September 7th, they get married, isn't it? So if they don't get married, then we should not go to him. There are so many today, but they are thinking about so small things. What is the use of keeping mouna? Silence. Mouna Guru, Mouna Swamiji and the Kalkutta. I don't tell untruth. These are all happening. Why I am trying to tell this. We should also have small petitions like this, and we should think by ourselves before doing things. So this we are better than any person who claims to be that. Why I am trying to tell? Because suppose we are very busy in the morning and in the evening we are quite tensed. We come home and something blasts within our home and then we have to react. At that time, can we catch silence? No. We are better than all these external people, claiming people. So don't. That's why we call it selective hearing. Nowadays people have selective hearing. Hear what you want to hear. Don't confuse. Suppose father calls son, what is it? Dandapinda. Dandapinda. You are eating and you are not working, you are not doing anything to me. This also should be forgotten because people hear this and pay revenge later. They don't feed their father. Just because that fellow told once and kept on feeding this fellow till he became old and fit enough to work. But still, people keep these things in mind. But these are all momentary explosions which should be received without receiving, just forget. Yes, I am Dandapinda at the moment. Why don't we accept it? That's all. If we are not, explain it. What is that? Become an individualist person. Then the brahmavidhya comes. The power of inner world is based on mithya, the illusion, that you will clearly see every moment in your life. Why I am saying, don't take anything seriously, don't pay in its own kind and get the capacity of absorption and absorption is also bad because we keep in memory, just don't hear. Brahmavidhya is just a term. There is no education which can reach to Brahman, just like there is no person who the person who represents the mastery and the teachers, They can't be gurus in the real term. Something like that. We can't qualify Brahman. So there is brahmavidhya is just a term for this reason. So guru is also beyond characteristics of any person. But without these people, right from Dakshinamurthi to today's persons who illuminate this world of consciousness, we would have been left in dark, not knowing where we should proceed. Suppose we are born without any rAga, dvesha, without any thought, ego. If we can remain like that till our end of our life, then there is no need for any education, including brahmavidhya. A single thought of a name in this child makes him an individual. I am another individual, I am different from my father and mother, and I am so and so, I have this name. The name does not go, the form does not go, what goes? We don't know. When something finally happens to the grown-up child or out of old age, when the death occurs, so Muralappa overthrown, Muralappa irare. Muralappa name belongs to that body, that fellow is seen there, but Muralappa overthrown is the name gone. In the death certificate also we have tried Muralappa passed away. Because we can't name the jeeva chaitanya, we can't name the self, we can't name the soul, we write that Muralappa passed away. So the entire Vayumandala of the world has no name. The oxygen we breathe has no name. We have named it as oxygen. So we can't call Muralappa's oxygen, Viswanath's oxygen, we can't call it. The prana. So nothing with this name can be explained, in this world can be explained. But for reasons known to man only, we have divided, and further divided. So understand the division and fragmentation should be there for only in the world level. But handle it with unified force of consciousness. A unification is needed here, but go beyond. See, but go beyond. Smell or inhale, but go beyond the breath. Prana, usiradadu kuda. Like that, control of tongue and usage through mouth. It also should be understood and you should go beyond. Then you will go deeper. Go a little deeper, the vocal cords. Then you will go to the heartbeat. This solves the problem of life, where the life functions interaction between head and heart. But life is represented by our stomach. That's why the Adi Narayana, when he becomes the Shri of this Shaina, from the Navi Kamala, we show the lotus on which the Creator sits, Brahma sits. So the power of creation starts from your stomach. Even if you go deep, the sound you will feel here. It's not here. The sound starts. That's why very often we say that the power of Navi is. Nowadays you have nanotechnology and something like that also. From the umbilical cord you take the poison and US medicine and that is another medicinal breakthrough in this Navi business. So the power of creation is represented by Shri of Shaina. For every woman she will know that card comes out. It has to be cut to make a child different. So become mother in this respect. Know the moula, the root of creation. Whether you are male, female or child, we should know the root of this creation. Then becomes a powerful father. Then go beyond Shakti, Shiva, emotional Shakti, silence. Very, very poor representation of truth is silence. I'm not talking about keeping mum. The deepest silence also is very poor representation of truth. Just like we show an ant, a dog, a man, and say that the representation of God is seen in all this. Very poor representation, but still, a rat can be a rat, a man can be a man. But very poor representation. But we can't say God is this. Something like that. Even the deepest silence is not truth. It's a very poor representation. But it's enough. Or man can achieve only this much. So at least that much, if you are consumed by silence, then every second you can talk. I'm not talking about the vocal cords. Your sankalpa becomes a talk. Your desire becomes a talk. Your expression of mind becomes a big talk. And your words have fire of consciousness. So I'm telling myself how this applies to me. Switched all it to me. Only man has this freedom to question. A dog, a rat cannot question why they are born as a rat. And man can divide, call this pet animal Julie, that animal Rani, make it Christian, make it Hindu. ಮನುಷ್ಯನೇ ಒಂದು ಪೆಟ್ ಅನಿಮಲ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಜೂಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೆಸರಿರ್ತಾನೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ರಾಣಿ ಅಂತ ಹೆಸರಿರ್ತಾನೆ. And he will call Christianizing a dog and or cat and making it Hindu. How it's possible? The dog, unless an Australian parrot may be different in look, but parrot is a parrot. Similarly, all these are one. By name we can't divide it, differentiate it. So, whether you are selling Mysore pak or pan bida, you are not selling anything, eating Mysore pak or pan bida, doesn't matter. It's not the question to be asked. You can't ask a mathematics teacher how your a plus b whole square will solve my problem of pan bida. When you can't ask this question to a mathematics teacher, how can you ask the question to the ultimate God? Why you have created me? How you are applicable to me? So, receive that much education for working with the world, receive that much education for unraveling the power of consciousness within you and enter into silence, which is brahmavidhya. So, if you analyze everything, you don't get any answer. I am working and I am earning a salary. I don't know for what. Everyone receives salary, I am also receive. That's all. Then this is mine. And nowadays salary packet is not there. They split it in 3-4 accounts and each check is sent to different accounts. Salary packet ಮೊದಲ ಥರ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ. It is split in various accounts. Suppose you receive a salary packet, that is mine. This is my analysis. This is the truth, real. But my house owner says 30% of that is mine. So the reality becomes unreal by 30% category. $139 per barrel. So we don't know tomorrow what will be the petrol price. So the gas station owner thinks that so much is mine out of the pay packet. The children, the family, others who need help. The real packet becomes a mysticism, unreal, illusion. This should be, because money should be circulated. There is no need to hide or hoard or accumulate and keep in some place. It's not needed. So, what I was trying to tell, the real and unreal, we can't analyze any particular situation. What is mine? We can't just judge and analyze, this is mine, this is me. We can't just judge. So, Guru is that great power of silence and truth. So, So we go back to the starting sentence, silence was expressing as Guru. So if at all you beg for the silence, but outside you talk, you do anything. The power is there as Guru, everywhere, everywhere. So don't institutionalize it. I will get through this yoga, that yoga, my Guru. It's there. As someone put it, any moment it's working. So we'll adore this Guru who is the form of truth. His language is silence. And that silence spread as sounds. It spreads as sound. Though that sound creates names and forms. It becomes many, it becomes one. So understand this truth, at least intellectually. कौन कहते हैं हम दिल वाले नहीं, हम दिल वाले हैं और पराया नहीं। सब जग में एक गुरु है, वो ही सत्य, वही नित्य। वह because it O is a person, but what is that? Sat. सत्य नित्य की धर्म से हम पालेंगे दुनिया में सब ही है। कहाँ भी देखूं वहाँ भी वो है, मेरे अंदर और भीतर भी। मैं क्या जानूं उनकी महिमा, मैं क्या जानूं उनकी महिमा। भजूं भजूं भजन गुरु के, जय गुरु सद्गुरु चिद गुरु शिव गुरु, ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरु, शिव गुरु ब्रह्म गुरु। जय गुरु सद्गुरु चिद गुरु शिव गुरु, ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरु, ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरु, शिव गुरु ब्रह्म गुरु, शिव गुरु ब्रह्म गुरु। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति।